Oh, beautiful humans. Welcome to the Amigos and Co. It is Tuesday here in Australia, but for many people it may still be Monday, and for other people in space it may be Wednesday. I'm not sure. Welcome. Thanks for coming to hang out. Hope you got some vapes and a beverage and some good vibes. I'd like to welcome Mr. Legion Vapes of Legion Vapes Proprietary Limited, and also Chris Vandal, the Vandal from Nevada. Is that right? Where are you actually from? I don't even know where you were born. Where were you born?
My mom's vagina.
Not even any thought. I just like immediately went straight there.
No, Las Vegas. Yeah, I was born at the Woman Hospital down in the hood in North Las Vegas.
So you're actual Vegas born and bred. Yep.
Yeah, man, this is about as desert trash as you can get.
Interesting. Awesome. We'd like to welcome everyone in the chat for coming to hang out with us. We've got the power wrench there, Mr. Beekman, Mr. Shane. Good morning, happy Tuesday to you. Dennis Michael, Robert Darkings from the UK. Were you guys saying this is first time? Welcome from the UK. Charles Johnson, hello. Also, Mr. Janglangs has got the power wrench there as well. Hello, Jangles. The great Wombatsky, all the way from the great state of South Australia, Adelaide. Rob and Crazy Coil Builder, what up, my friend?
Just around the corner from you.
He's just around the corner from me. Mr. David Moyle, Philly Vapes 215, what's up? Johnny Deathhead, how you doing? Mowgli, it's always a pleasure to see you. And I think that's everybody. So welcome. Would anyone like to kick off their Jimmy Buffetts? Anyone?
Yeah, I'll jump in and go. But before I start, I just want to take a moment to say that if the world outside your four walls is a little scary right now, if things are just slightly intense out there, we understand. We're not going to shy away from that stuff, but just know that this place right here, right now where we are, this is a safe space. I don't care if you're gay or straight, if you're black or white, if you're left or right, I don't care what you are. This is family. So this is a place where you can just hide away from the world just for a little while. We're going to talk some shit. We're going to talk some vape. We're going to try and keep it as light as possible. But, things do get heavy sometimes, but we're all family here. Just know that.
Yeah.
But with that said and that done, let's get through the buffet. Very, very simple this week. I've got the, what the hell is it called again? The PM80 Special Edition. This is the one I've been vaping for a week or so I'm pretty much ready to review it. It's the external battery version of the PM80. Really, really nice setup. Really enjoy it. I've liked the previous version, so this is awesome. And in here I have, this stuff. Brett's Cronuts. Cover my face. There we go. This is Affinity Creations. This is an Australian company. That real croissant and sweetness, like that sugar icing. Really, really nice.
Nice.
I probably got about one more tank in there and then it's done. The other thing, fresh in the door this morning, this is going to look really familiar to you. This is the Aegis Boost Plus Edition.
The Plus?
Not quite out yet. It's an Aegis Boost, but they've upgraded a lot of things in here. For one thing, it's an external battery. It does have full temp control in all the different modes. I expect there's going to be a rebuildable section for this. The pod section is a little bit bigger. I think it's holding about 5-6 mils. Not 100% certain because it just came in. But it's a nice, comfortable, handy little device. So far, seems to really, really work well. Anarchist Pink Lemonade, because I've always got something with the Pink Lemonade going. And last but not least, you wouldn't be surprised if I said, the Cylon. It's the Odin 200. It's the Axial Pro. I say it every week. I say it every stream I'm on. Never getting broken down. Never getting retired until it's like falling apart. I love this device so much. What makes that device even better would be this.
Oh.
Frank and Atticus, this is their glazed donuts. I did say on a previous stream that I liked a lot of their juices, but this was something I didn't like nearly as much. I'm going to revise that opinion. It all depends on what I put it in. And in this, absolutely stellar. That real, what's that thing? Krispy Kreme?
Krispy Kremes?
Krispy Kremes. Yeah, that real sugary, soft donut flavor just gets really, really pungent. Not pungent, punchy. That's the word. Yeah, really, really nice.
You're selling
I
it.
don't want a pungent juice. It's punchy. And I think I have literally one more drip, and that's it.
So can you weigh out the juice weight and the amount by hearing it?
He's like, I've got 16 toots left.
Yeah, 14. 14. Well, no, 14 plus the 2 that I have left in here.
17, got it.
Yeah. 14 in the clip and 2 in the pipe.
Yeah. Vandal's got that Reno math going on.
Did you say meth?
Exactly. And that's pretty much it. I do have other shit lying around the table, but I'm not actually vaping it because I can't be bothered with that many things today. So with that said, let's pass it on. Let's go to Mr. Vandal. What you vaping on?
So, guys, you'll see me cracked out today. I drank a Starbucks coffee in a bottle. Might poop on the live stream as well. Got the trash can ready. So that's the situation. But otherwise, nothing new has really changed. Homeboy's mango, which is fucking delicious. I'm not.
Send me some. Now. Just get up, leave the stream, go send me some.
Boomers, man. They just want everything given to them. And then, you know, the top duel with the goat and the goat heads, because, you know, I'm a lazy vape. I don't do stuff. But other than that, I don't really have anything else going on. I did have a bunch of Yaya pods I was talking about last week. Oh man, I got drunk over the week and I vaped all of them. Like, they were good. I think
you smashed them all.
Yeah, it was like 5 of them.
Weren't they 50? Weren't they 50 milligram?
Yeah.
No wonder you're shitting funny.
No, that's just like, you know, the pre-onset prostate. Deep state 4D chest. But yeah, that's all I got. Adam, what do you got, man?
I believe it's pronounced prostate. But anyway, I'm keeping it simple today as well. These are basically the devices that I used all the time. But I changed the Addies over. So I've got the Slate Unicorn Vert by Palmer's Powders. But I've got the Drop Dead on there. And actually, the e-liquids I'll save to the end. But that's my regular banger. I also have the Elf Thunder 21700 with the Dang Gang, but with some semi-nitro coils from Canada. They are banging. Interesting that everyone uses, you know, very similar gauges for the 0.1 builds, and just everybody's fingers has that different feel, and they vape very, very, very good. So I've got that in there, and the device that is rocking my world is the K-Fun 2019 Lite. That is out of control on the Swag 2. But a little self-serving news, if I may. I have finally decided on my MTL build, which is going to be coming out very, very soon. It's very subjective to what people like for their MTLs, but this is what I like. So I hope everybody else likes it too. So they're going to be out and in all your favorite stores, hopefully very, very soon. That's in there. But in that one, I have some NZ Bro, some Hunting Clouds from Mr. Mikey, the sexiest e-liquid manufacturer. Yeah, it's a fruit. It's a little palate cleanser. That is the Sour Blackberry little salt nick action from Mikey, who is the best hugger in the world. Some of that. But also, I am going to give it a little shout out to a gentleman by the name of Mike Smider. Mike Smider from Queen City Vapes in Canada, Regina, I believe. Mike sent me out a care package, obviously this hoodie that I'm wearing. And I have to say that there are certain people you meet in life, and Mike Smider is a beautiful human. He went out of his way to send me a little something, and I'm very, very grateful. But what he did send me was some Canadian e-liquid. And for those that know me, I'm a little bit picky on my e-liquid, only because there's certain things I like and certain things I certainly do not. And Mike sent me 4 bottles of e-liquid. All 4 of them are like amazing. The Canadians have been hanging on to incredible e-liquid. This is bullshit. And but what I am vaping in the Drop Dead Verticorn is this. This is called Sinners by Phoenix. It's actually Suburban Source, I believe, is the company. I could please don't correct me on that. Someone correct me on that. But this is a kind of like a Cinnabon with a little cream cheese, and that is out of control. This is insanely good. I literally got this 4 days ago, and that is 1/3 left. This is very, very, very good. He actually told me a story. I believe it was this e-liquid that the gentleman whose company or who made this recipe had been in the industry for a little while and was literally about to throw in the towel because he'd had enough of oppressing the companies and vaping as a whole, and ended up winning an award for best dessert, I believe it was, at an expo in Edmonton or somewhere like that, 2019, and this exploded, which is really, really nice. He said couldn't have happened to a nicer guy, and this is a very good e-liquid if you are into desserts, and not very big on the cinnamon situation. It's very well balanced. But the other one that I have in the El Thunder is T-Dog Labs, I believe it is. T-Dog Labs. This is also from Edmonton. This is called Nilla Heaven. This is like a combination of vanillas. I guess it's just a straight up custard. There may be a little. I'm going on far too far, but this is really, really good. And I love tasting e-liquids from all around the world. Such a regional situation. Australia has a very, I guess the subject of how they like to mix versus the Americans, and I know we've talked about this before, but I'd love to taste the UK or in Europe e-liquids and see what they do there. But 4 from 4. There's another 2. I'm going to save those for another stream because one of them is possibly on my top 5 best e-liquids I've ever tried. It's a big call. I'm going to do it. I'm saying it. It is in my top 5. It's out of control. Good. Yeah. So that's it. That's what I'm vaping.
Well, that's cool that you brought out the flavor profiles, the differences that there is. There's definitely a clear difference where it's all made. America, we're very sweet on stuff. Australian juice, I can't say I've ever had any, but I've had the UK's dinner lady, and so what? You guys suck. No. But
I think, I wonder, because we know that different profiles will come out differently in different devices. Yeah. So I wonder if the people making the blends, if they're putting it together, if they're tailoring it specifically to their own way of vaping, mm-hmm. or if they're trying to tailor it to be broad. Does that make sense to you?
No, totally.
Like if I was making my own juices, I would be tailoring it to the way that I like. But then if I went commercial, I might go, well, I might need to change it a little bit. It's not quite as good the way I like it, but it's better in everything. Yeah. And I wonder if juice manufacturers or the people creating the recipes, if they're actually willing to compromise a little bit to make it a more of an egalitarian flavor.
I would say there would be both. There would be those who want to cater to the market and give the market what they want, but then also others that would be like, I'm going to do exactly what I want to do because it will then be a unique situation. So, hopefully those are also successful business decisions.
I know some brands definitely do that, especially like you'll see like brands that are like with Anarchist with like 8 different flavors. And I'll be dead honest with you, there's a couple flavors I've tried, like they're great. This is not for me, but they have the cult following of the people that liked it. Like a lot of the dessert stuff I'm a big fan of, or like using fruit and like desserts together and stuff. But yeah, I definitely have ones that do cater to it.
I mean, yeah, you raised that point. Anarchist, Dwayne strikes me very much as the kind of person that he's got a way that he likes to vape. That's pretty much how all his setups are. And so when he blends, he's going to blend it for that and then be done. Like it's good. Like he's a perfectionist. He'll keep going back to it, but he'll make it right for that setup. I don't see him then going, okay, now if I put this in a pod, does it taste the same? If I put this in something that I'll never use, is that going to taste the same? Like he's just going to get it to the right spot and then move on to the next.
Yeah, I can say for sure with him, he definitely hits different people. I did help him. I didn't develop or nothing, for a lack of better words. I taste tested a juice that he has coming out soon. And he got my opinion, which is like, I think is a terrible opinion because I'm not as serious about the everything like you guys are with everything, the specs. I fill it up and I fucking just bope it, But you got like an opinion from me, and I know there's other people out there that gets opinion from. There are pod people that do that. So you can definitely see in the brands that are out there that there's a lot of care put into it and then a lot of thought put into it. Especially someone like that's been around for fucking ever,
I made some coils for a local e-liquid Australian e-liquid manufacturer recently, and they're coils that I don't have on the menu, for retailing, and I was quite surprised to hear what they were vaping on, because it's not the zero point 0.1 80 to 100 watt situation. It was their vaping series, and like big power, and I was like, wow, you're an e-liquid manufacturer who's, in my brain, is thinking, flavors and color palette and, expression of what they want in the vape, and, with full power. So everybody loves that different thing.
Shane Beekman there in the comments makes a really, really good point. It'd be good if people making the juices would say, this is great in an RDA or an RTA or a sub-ohm at a certain wattage, which raises this company that I've been vaping recently, the Affinity Creations. Each label actually does have suggestion. Now I'm going to talk to them because the labels are beautiful, but the suggestions are really small. But this one, usage recommendation, sub-ohm, mouth-to-lung pod, or temp control. So they're giving you a broad range. This other one I've got here says,
that's interesting.
Sub-ohm, mouth-to-lung pod, low temp. Each flavor, they've got their best case scenario, and you're free to, of course, use it any way you want, but they've got their suggestions, and that's on all of their bottles. Like any flavor, they're going to give you that, some sort of ballpark of where they think it's going to work best. So yeah, it would be nice if companies did that. But I guess the other thing too is the big brands, they know that if you like the juice, you're just going to vape it on whatever you vape it on.
Yeah.
They don't want to scare you off. Well, this says it's for pods, and I only vape sub-ohm, so no,
But another thing too, not to be a downer like I always am, but it's comes down to regulation with the states too. It's like that thing that passed. I know if you guys have seen Vinyl Vapors Instagram post where he has a sign, he posted like, "Well, vape day, we should get to that next." But they also made it a law that you can't give advice without being held liable for if someone were to mess something up in the states. And so that's where they really are jamming us when situations like that to help people find the right way. And that's why I think it's a lot of people think, you just see people hanging around at vape shops that don't work there, they're just hanging there vaping. Those are the people you need to fucking ask for advice, because they're there going to give to you. Yeah. And if they're in the shop and the people trust them with it, they probably have some good advice. But yeah, definitely.
Sorry to interrupt, but there's kind of an old. It's not a meme. It's like a trope of the scary punk rocker who helps the old lady across the road, and she eventually learns that big leather-clad, spiked-up, punk-haired guys are usually softies at heart. Mm-hmm. And I keep hearing stories about people being scared to go into vape stores because they're clouded out and they're full of snapbacks and tattoos and big beards and stuff. But the fact is that most of the time, it doesn't matter if you're wearing a suit and tie, if you're an old lady, if you're someone's mom, if you're a Karen, leave your Karen at the door. But yeah, bring it in as long as you're not a douche to them. Seriously, most stores, most vapors are going to be there to help you. They're more than. Look, how much time do we spend on forums and on Facebook and on YouTube and in chat comments? We want to talk about this stuff. And if there's someone who doesn't know about it, asking for a little advice, damn, that snapback tattooed, big bearded guy standing there with the metallic shirt, it's your best bet for good options. They're going to give you all the advice you need.
Yeah.
Just don't ask him for music suggestions. He's wearing a Metallica shirt. No.
Ooh.
I was.
And there goes all our subs.
Yeah.
But let's get into that whole thing. Adam made a return to Twitter. I went on Twitter. I think even Legion was on Twitter. And so the World Save the Vape Day, I think it was I don't know stats, analytics, and we won't see the real effect of it right now. It's going to be a thing that builds up. But I think it was fucking amazing to see so much out there, everyone out there. I don't think he's in the chat right now, but one of our amigos that always hangs out with us in the chat, Tony Getz, he created an account and he couldn't post anymore within 2 hours of it. So there's a lot of people out there putting a lot of stuff, and I just want to see if you guys felt about the community interaction with that.
So many people I know hit their limit, and I'm not sure. I tried looking into it. I can't tell you it's either 1,000 tweets and retweets or 24,000 in a day, and it's 100 per hour, something like that. But so many people in this community hit their limit, and they were sad. They wanted to keep going. I was like, dude, go over to Instagram. Just move it over.
Yeah.
But we got so much action there. Unfortunately, timing, world events conspire against us. Not to diminish those events in any way, but yeah, of course we're not gonna be trending this weekend. It's just not gonna happen. But at the very, very least, we got our voice heard. We got it out there, and we reinvigorated. I think I said this on my stream before it happened, that we all took to Twitter when Valley happened, and we all took to Twitter when the first bans happened. But then a lot of us got quiet again. I hate Twitter, and I don't like dealing with it, so we all pulled back. We all eventually got quiet, and hopefully this has reinvigorated a lot of people. And even after this day is over, and time moves on, a certain percentage of them will continue on. Like maybe you said T Gets created his account, and then he followed a bunch of people, and he tweeted a bunch of stuff. Maybe now, instead of walking away from that, he'll keep going. We keep that conversation alive, which is the important thing. Always showing truth, showing positivity, sharing valid information, debunking the crap, and just being visible, which is, in my opinion, that's the most important thing. To make sure that we don't allow ourselves to be marginalized or ghettoized or forgotten.
Mm-hmm. I think obviously trending is where you want to be on that top 30 list, right? But in the same vein, there would have been so much movement going on as far as the WHO and the FCT, was concerned. It's not a small amount of people. That is a worldwide. Yeah. Everybody smashing their Twitter. In the same vein as I just wrote in the chat, it's an amazing, amazing job. Congratulations to everybody. Don't let it stop you, even if it's just, same again, that theory of spend 5 minutes a day. Just instead of going to Instagram, you're always going to do that, but just go back to Twitter and keep doing that because, the big thing was, I don't know when it was. Maybe I'm going to be selfish here. Probably around the start of last year, I went back to Twitter to change my Twitter from my personal life really into a kind of an advocacy situation with Twitter, and right up until that dreaded September, we all went Burko. And then, I had to get away from Twitter because it was affecting my my thoughts and my whole, I guess, what do you call it? My juju around advocacy and being an activist and all that sort of thing. And it was so awesome to go back to Twitter to see those people still fighting, still going on, but all the new faces and, that whole situation. I mean, there's no doubt that the WHO has got a lot of naysayers right now, and rightly so. They absolutely should be taken to court or taken to to ground for what it is that they're doing. And God, some of the promo stuff that they were doing on World No Tobacco Day, that was out of control. Did you see the generated AI figure to help stop spreading misinformation, quote unquote? Like, goodness me.
Look, I'm going to tell you a side story. I've got a friend, really, really old friend. I've known him for like, over 20 years. And he's very passionate about what he does. He's very passionate about what he believes. He's definitely on the Antifa side of things. And he's got a family. He's concerned about the future of the world. He's concerned about how our world is progressing. Mm-hmm. And he posted this morning on Facebook that by the end of the day, he'll be done. He's going to deactivate his account. He can no longer take this. Basically, the fact that Facebook is banning or prohibiting posts or removing posts that are on the left side and pushing the right side is really starting to get to him. He posted a picture of American soldiers who fought in World War II. And he was labeled the original Antifa, and that got taken down. And so he's really upset about that. And he's just like, fuck this, I'm just leaving. And I left a message for him. It's like, dude, I understand that you're upset. I understand that this is really, really emotional, but do you really think that removing yourself from the conversation permanently is helping in any way? Mm-hmm. I understand self-care is important. Yeah. Taking some time away and then returning to the fray. trusting your compatriots to continue the fight while you're not there so you can go look after yourself is important.
Yeah.
And there's nothing wrong with that. But to permanently leave the conversation makes for a one-sided conversation. And nothing will change then. So if you really, really want to change the world, you've got to keep talking and keep debating and keep playing a part. It's okay to take a vacation from that. So, which relates to exactly what you're saying. You went hard. I watched you. You went hard in September, absolutely, and thoroughly understandable. Excuse me. Thoroughly understandable that you would get worn out. You would get psychically damaged by that.
I remember it was December, and I just had to step away because there was so much rage sweat, going on every day.
And absolutely no shame in doing that and going, I need the psychic break.
Yeah.
And maybe, like I said, a lot of us do that and then we forget. So maybe at the very least, World Vape Day is that kick in the pants to say, hey, time to get back into the fight. There's YouTube, there's Facebook. Don't forget about Twitter. Yeah. Because it's weird. Because my friend was saying, like, he said that, we're kind of like acting like Facebook is the only conversation here. No. And I'm like, well, it's the one that people listen to. Yeah. Twitter's the one where the politicians and the businesses are. This is where the organizations are. But Facebook is where the public is. And whether you agree with them or not, they're the only game in town for that. Like your aunts, your uncles, your cousins, and Bob in Nebraska, and Mary up in Edmonton. I mean, these people's opinions and hearts and minds are the ones we need to get to. And the only way to do that is going to be through whatever avenue they're in. And that's Facebook. And Twitter, like I said, is where we get to the politicians and the policymakers. So it's a multi-headed war. Yeah. Many, many fronts, and we can't give up on any of them. I'm really, really bad at Twitter, but I'm trying.
The good thing about Twitter is it's a really fast learning curve. Once you spend a little bit of time on it and you see what other people are doing, it's easy to retweet or to like something. And the good thing about that is, it comes up on other people's feeds and or timelines and all that sort of situation. But then the smarter thing, what was on that website that the great Danielle created for World Vape Day was saying about how to focus in a little bit more. Like don't just do a retweet and at someone, because effectively there's tricks in how to do that. But like posting a photo and putting someone in that photo, tagging someone in that photo is far more reach than just, replying back to someone who can't, others that can't see your reply or some brilliant point that you make. And, I feel so stupid when I'm on Twitter sometimes because people are so brilliant at the way they refute an argument, or the way they're just able to cut and paste something in to be like, that's absolute bullshit and this is why, but you can't let that make you scared about engaging. Exactly like you said, Steve. It's an incredible thing, and there is some brilliantly smart and funny people out there on Twitter outside of the, I guess the battle that we're fighting with vaping. But it's just incredible, and just give it a bit of time, and
I think my original antipathy towards Twitter is I could never get myself down to 140 characters. Just I could not think that small. I'm naturally verbose. I naturally use long words, and so you write it. It's like, okay, if I can cut that word, okay, I can replace that for a short dumb word. And now that's not even nearly as good as what I had to start with. Fuck it. I just walked away.
Yeah. No, it was a good thing. It was almost like getting back onto the bike again. I started getting into it, and it just the rage comes out. But you say it concisely. You learn how to make an argument very concisely, if that's even the word to say it. But
I've got nothing but respect for the people who can just sit there, like I said, 140 characters, and they can say their thought clearly, concisely, humorously, and with like some sort of impact behind it. It's like, it is an art form. As much as making movies or making YouTubes or whatever, it's an art form unto itself. It is.
Facts will win any argument any single day, and that's the one thing we've got in our corner with vaping is we've got science now, we've got facts, and real data. And what was the one thing that there was a few people, Dimitri and Nick, were going back to that same narrative of we're not anecdotes. we've got data now. You know, like there's enough people, enough vapors in the world now that it is actually now data and not just rubbish. So they got nothing. And once all this calms over, I know there's so much unrest, you know, COVID and the humanitarian situation that's going on right now. Once that, you know, eventually ebbs, you know, like there's vaping will still be there and we'll still be doing that fight. So, you know, stay strong, everyone.
Yes. And remember, the biggest thing about online is it gives everyone a chance to find the info. But the worst thing about online is it makes everyone think their opinions are valid. Excuse me. And to go back on an old adage that was said somewhere by a drunk uncle, opinions are like assholes. Everyone has one, and to someone they all stink, but some like to eat it. I don't think that's the way it
Are we talking about the same thing?
You always get there in the end.
Come on, you got to bring it all together.
I'm going to pay that one. Cheers. Damn.
But yeah, the turnout on that was good. Everything was great on that, and it was good to see a lot of people come out of the, you know, from like their breaks and stuff. And it's like you guys said, it's easy to take a break here, and it's easy. Not easy. It's not easy to do it all the time. So it's good to take a break here and there. Mm-hmm. Definitely take care of yourself, but never ever step away fully from the fight, because eventually you're going to be inspired again to fight for it. You're going to see something so fucking stupid that someone said that you're going to want to get back in it. Yeah. So let your account stay dormant for a while. Take a break. Go outside and enjoy. If you live somewhere nice, I don't know what else I'd advise to give you. I sit in this room all the fucking time, so that's just my escape. Mm-hmm. But you know,
sorry, but I was gonna say that story that I had before about my friend. Like I said, he was going to leave and shut down, and he said it's permanent. I'll never be back. That's it. He's drawing that line, and which I think announcing stuff like that, it's one of the silliest things. It's like leaving a group and announcing I'm leaving a group. It's like, don't let the door hit you in the ass. Just go. You don't need to tell us. But leaving the conversation doesn't help. And we can get so angry. We get so upset. We like really feel like we need to make that big statement. But it's just enough of a statement to stop. Just stop. Don't delete your account. Just walk away for a while.
Yeah.
Because in the back of your mind, they'll deal with themselves. And you may feel motivated to come back later. If you've made a big thing about it and you have to leave and you delete your account and all that, then you got to start from scratch. Or you may be embarrassed to start from scratch. But if you need to do some self-care, just let it go dormant. Nothing wrong with some cobwebs going in your profile for a couple of months. That's fine. Come back when you need to.
I want to point out the chat real quick. I think Cemetery Gates were there. Rising Phoenix tried to type your name 3 times and then went, Adam, you've been busy, says the cat.
Yeah, I've just responded. Short story. Anytime anyone says, have you been busy? There's an Australian band called 12 Foot Ninja. They've got a very funny film clip, and there's a bit of a comedy part at the start that goes on about how busy have you been. And so I sent James that link because it makes me giggle every time. And now anyone says that, I'm sending the link to random people just so they can watch this silly music video. Yep.
Okay, so just want to do a shout out to my friend out there, Always Lost in the chat. She went gung-ho. She went really hard over the weekend. I know that she's one of the people I know that maxed out her Twitter account, and they shut her down. And
no way.
Yeah. I think she was a 24-hour or 3-day ban, something like that.
Yeah, crazy.
Yeah, she went really hard. And I know she's a wonderful person. And a sensitive soul. And where she is right now, she's not in danger as far as I know. But yeah, this stuff's getting her down. The world stuff's getting her down. And so I just want to take a moment to say, we love you. I love you. You know I love you. And look after yourself. Whatever it is you need to do. If you need to shut the news down and not watch for a while.
Yeah.
Or a bath with candles. Or go hunting. I don't know. Whatever it is that works for you. Look after your lizards.
Yeah, take your time and make sure you take care of yourself. We need you here. You're one of the only few people that call me handsome, so I need that. You're doing it for me too.
My wife and child are getting sick of me giving them, just spur of the moment cuddles and kisses. I'm sure because that's my therapy is telling them how much I care, and it's rough out there right now.
Yeah. I've got a saying in my house: if you're not always pestering them, they don't know you love them.
Can you please text that to my wife?
which is my excuse for always walking in and going, I just want to give you a hug.
Yeah, she's like, get away
Like,
again.
I'm working. Fuck off.
Yeah, again. Come on, man.
You hugged me 3 days ago. Go away.
That's me. The other night, I got a forehead kiss, and I was like, what did I do? Like, what the fuck's going on? How's it going?
Yep. What have I done? What do I need to pay for? What's going on?
You know what's weird? Like you guys both have partners, so you undoubtedly experience this. You'll be doing something, and you'll realize your partner's over there, just looking at you, with a little half smile, and they'll be like, "You're so cute," and they think that's fine, and you're like, you get all embarrassed, like, okay. But if you go do that to them,
talking about me. My wife is like just said, "Stop talking about me."
well, that's the thing. If you do it to them, they think you're a total creep.
Yeah, that's usually how
They
it
look
goes.
up and you're standing in the door looking at them like, you're so cute. Like, fuck off. What are you doing?
What do you want?
Yeah.
It's just weird. It's just like it's like a one-way thing. They're only allowed to do it. You can't do it back.
Yeah. Well, you've got something on your beard. That's why they're looking at you funny.
Yeah. That's something that's gray.
Yeah.
There's a lot of gray going on there. I did a stream the other day, and like 20 minutes in, I looked down, and it just jumps out at me. You have fluff in your beard.
Damn it!
There's no walking away from this because this is live. Yeah, what can I say? A bit of sandwich left behind.
Mm-hmm. That's a good thing about cheap webcams is the detail's not so good. So if you've got little snot friends or whatever, it's okay.
Yeah, like when I turn up the light, look at how gross my beard looks. It looks like a fish net that's been in the water for 47 years.
The beard's come a long way.
Yeah.
It's working its way there. I definitely need to grow it in some more, but in the sunlight, like I always try to do the videos, like when I do the Instagram videos for either this or the Friday thing or whatever, blah blah. I'm always outside and you just see it and it just looks like a bunch of weeds. And my landscaper came last week. It was like $20.
Bit of yard work on the face. Yeah.
So speaking of yard work on the face, Adam, what's it gonna take to make you grow a beard?
Can't do it. It's just too itchy, too much. I gave it the one time in my life that I gave a proper bit because I used to rock a goatee back in the 90s. I was all emo and all that shit. Had a goatee, but that was as far as it went. Then I remember it was 2010. I decided to not shave for. I lasted all of 8 weeks, and rage shaved at the end of 8 weeks because it was just couldn't do it. Now I have a fairly strong opinion about facial hair, and I won't go into that because it's subjective and you do whatever you like as a human. But beards are not for me. Yeah.
You hit the 8-week mark. That literally is the crux. If you can
Yeah,
survive
because if that's what it was going to be like, then there was no going on for me.
But see, that, like I said, that's the worst part. You hit that point, and that's where your skin's not used to it, and they're just long enough to be curling back and itching you. You have to persevere and get through. Maybe a little beard oil, and then afterwards, it's like, oh, okay, that's better.
I was also living closer to your part of the part of Australia where the humidity is like 90% every day, and I was like, "There's no way I'm gonna be able to deal with this."
You got small creatures living in there, hiding from the sun.
And I get 8 weeks is a long time, and it's kind of like when someone asks you about smoking marijuana. You haven't tried it long enough. You haven't done it long enough. I thought the most about my beard too, but now I'm sure you guys have noticed. If any of you guys hanging out been on our other shows, now this is my thing. Oh my god, I can't stop. I can't stop doing this.
Do you have a comb, a beard brush?
I have a comb. I like to use it though. I don't have the brush. I have just a little little greaser comb that you see the guys and they're snapping grease and shit with or whatever. But I've been, doing that. I don't really brush it though, because I've noticed that when I just push it together, it looks fuller. When I brush it all straight, I look like a Mexican Chinese guy from Kill Bill, and he's like, "Whoo," and all that stuff. So,
sorry, Steve. George, I will happily extend the GoFundMe for a 6-month beard. Yeah, happily.
2 words of advice for you, or 2 bits of advice: don't use shampoo on your beard. Just don't. It'll totally dry it out, and then it'll get really, really fucking itchy. Don't do that. And beard oil. like you can stop when you get to a certain point. You don't have to be like a beard oil douche for the rest of your life. But at the point you're at for that to the next 6 months, you want to keep it like soft. Like it starts getting itchy. It's because it's drying out, right? So just put some beard oil in there. Also, the itchiness is on the skin because it kind of gets dry and flaky underneath. So yeah, beard oil will moisturize your skin too.
Welcome to Amigos & Co., the manscaping resource center.
Yes. If any beard oil brand companies want to sponsor me, I am down for it. Absolutely, 100%.
If any hair transplant companies want to sponsor me, I'm down for it.
Right? This shit grows all over my face, but it won't grow up here. Like, what's going on? It's not my back coming down, like, what's going on?
That's why you got to grow it long enough where you can brush it back like this, and then you look like the guy that had wieners in Star Wars. And he was
but it's really, really bad when you don't trim under here, and it starts growing back, and then the back starts growing to the front, and then you have like ear donuts going all the way around with no break.
Lego hair.
That's what I'm hoping for. This is going away. It's slowly falling apart. So I'm waiting for I get the weird, like the guy that like taught choir but never talked in middle school, and then I'm gonna grow that out, and then I'm gonna go get like a 90s Cutlass Supreme.
In that sort of goldy brown color or the reddy brown color.
I was thinking that the faded champagne, except for the right side front door, it's gonna be red.
Red or blue?
I'm thinking red. It's more red out here. It's deserty tone.
That's not red. That's rust.
Yeah, but see.
Or dirt. It's probably dirt.
No, the dirt's under his fingernails.
I just cut them. Thank you very much. No. But we're hitting about 15 minutes out if we did a full hour. So let's go ahead and chill for a moment. If you guys did not know, you can get amazing Breeze Tones coils. Oh wow, my camera worked.
Woo, nice.
From Local Vape. You can use the code Amigos20. That's you 20% off your whole order no matter what you buy, but you should buy Breeze Tones coils. You can also get them he's in the chat. Rising Phoenix Vapory, or Vape Stock, they got them. They also got them at Steel Valley Vapors. And then where do they have them? If they don't have them, then you know what? They need them. But make sure you guys...
I believe Carol at Lone Star, which is also in Texas. There's the unfortunate situation of, not unfortunate. I'm very lucky to have distribution in the US, but there's quite a lot of stores that I probably don't know. And, Chris, you brought it up to me that there are so many vapes, brick and mortars out there that don't do social media, that, they're out there on the front lines helping people to stop smoking as opposed to being Insta-famous, I guess, and I say that in the nicest possible way. So there's a lot of stores that probably I don't know about across the US that have them, but very good news. Australia-wide will have access to them very, very shortly. There will be some posts about that. So, for those in the rest of Australia, and my biggest heartfelt condolences to those in South Australia, but they'll be available Australia internet-wide soon, which is really, really cool. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. And so that's all we've got for our shill stuff, because Legion doesn't make anything. I don't make anything.
No, I make things. I make things now.
Yeah, but no one wants to know your DIY wake up coffee hours already cook and burn your feet on a panini maker.
Wow.
I make shirts.
Oh, yeah, yes.
I have merch. Lots of merch. Go buy my merch.
The hat and the shirt.
I don't. You can't buy the hat. The hat was because I do my only merch through Redbubble because it's just really easy. The hat I made a short run for patrons. We did 15 hats, and they all got snapbacks, and I got a dad hat because whatever. And that I did downtown, and I hand mailed them out to each one. But the shirts are through Redbubble, and you can get. I got like 6 designs of Legion Vape shirts, and I just launched 2 different versions of the Aussie Vape Show shirt. So the Aussie Vape Show logo in black on white and white on black. And, nice. And you can get other things. I'm not a total shill. I went through, like when you put a design on Redbubble, it gives you this massive list of crap you can buy, like throw pillows and wall hangings and all sorts of stuff. And I turned all those things off. I was like, just shirts and sweatshirts and coffee mugs. And the Aussie Vape Show, I actually threw in wall clocks.
A wall clock?
Yeah, I normally I turn that off, but I left it in because the logo fit the clock so well.
Mm.
I was like, I might actually want to get one of those myself. I better leave that on.
I have a question then. With you being able to do that, is customization a thing? Because you know what I love more than just standing in the shower naked is to have a shower curtain with your face repeated on it. So you're always looking at my butt.
If you wanted to do that, you could set up your own Redbubble account, upload your own picture, and then you can customize it in a variety of ways.
That's really cool, actually.
And just for the record, like I make shit from shirts. I don't make money from shirts. They're like maybe $2 or $3 a piece I get. So no, I'm not going to retire on t-shirts. I just like seeing people wear my logo. It's kind of cool.
Yeah, a lot of people want that support. They want to, like wear things that aren't necessarily, clothing brand names. I'd rather support something that is someone you know or someone you watch or someone that motivates you and inspires you. Absolutely. Yeah.
I was going to do a patron contest because I do them every now and then. I do like a challenge and they got to do something and we'll pick the best and they win and I send them out some crap and that's all cool. And I was going to do one where it's like put my name in places and send me a picture.
Yeah.
And then I realized that that's just like a massive invitation to like worldwide graffiti. Like, can you imagine getting a letter with a fine from the city of Pennsylvania because my name got painted on the side of a train?
They do it in food dye, so it washes off when the rain comes.
And then so I thought, okay, so I'll make restrictions. Be respectful, no graffiti. And then I realized how often people don't read the full rules and just do what they want anyway. And I've experienced that a lot. So yeah, that one's off the market. Well, I will find some other way to get things out there.
Yeah, you need to pay someone to get Legion vapes tattooed on themselves. That's going to come.
I would be really weirded out.
I'll take money for bad tattoos. You have to pay for them.
You're gonna be the next. What's that guy that's got all this stuff all over his face? 69 and.
Yeah, that would be that rapper dude.
That guy.
Yeah.
I could see that. The Legion vapes across there, little Grim Green logo underneath the eye.
Yeah.
Breezetone's logo over here.
Yep.
No, the Breezetone's
on his tongue.
For those trendy girls that either get it like right here, the little script or whatever, or you get it all the way down your back.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
What is the thing with that tattoo, the script? I could understand like maybe one person doing it, but like a box of script, that big, on the rib cage, why is that such a common thing?
It's the thing is like, and I'll say that, I'll say this from a person that's experienced this. A lot of times you just want a tattoo and you don't really care what. So if it looks decent enough, you'll go get it. And I'm not making fun of the people that do it with like the little triangles or whatever they do, or the little thing behind their ear, because it is a thing. Because I have the nautical bro stars. I've never been a sailor, nor a dirt biker, nor a guy that sticks it in other guys' butts. But I have the tattoos. Sometimes you just
in the middle.
Yeah. So yeah, if you want the story, I'll tell the story. Then we do the giveaway, I guess. So if we're going to talk about bad tattoos, come from someone. My sleeve's been featured. So just a comparison. It's been featured in magazines. It's been on stuff on shows. It's really cool. But we also like to get bad tattoos because a little story. So my chest says tight. Yes, I can't go to prison. I can't go to jail. Not just because I'm white, but because I have this on my chest. So before I went overseas, this is 2010, we did some pre-mob training. I had my best buddy back at the time, his name was Jason Street. Big 6'5", tall guy. Like you're talking like he looks like what the pro wrestlers look like, all fucking huge and crazy looking. No tattoos. So we decided to hit the streets of Reno, classy Reno, at night with 2 bottles of fucking like Southern Comfort or something, And I used to chug that shit like nothing. Anyways, we're drunk and we're walking out and we're with our military stuff out of the hotel, and we're like, yeah, dude, there's a tattoo shop. Let's go get a tattoo. He's like, yeah, dude, no, let's go get a tattoo. I might die when we go over there. So I was like, yeah, enabling each other. Anyways, as we're walking out of the casino, our first sergeant walks in with 2 ladies on his arms with his ladies. We thought we'd get in trouble because we had a curfew. He just walks by with these, I guess they were swingers. I don't know. He's like, how's it going, gents? And just kept walking. So we're like, all right, we're good. We got way better stuff on him. Anyways, go and we find the tattoo shop. We walk in and we're super drunk. And my buddy was like, dude, I kind of like how you have the Vandal thing right there, blah, blah. I want to get my name there, but I want to buy it. I was like, no, dude, like, just do it. Like, they think I'm the first one with it. I'm copying like NWA mofos, you know? Anyways, so we had a joke. He's like, but you got to get one too, you know, blah, blah, blah. The biggest guy I've ever met was a big old puss. And so I was like, you know, I'll get one too. So we had to sing. I was a mechanic. He was a mechanic. You do something cool, pull off like a repair you couldn't think you could do with the parts, whatever. You'd be like, you ain't tight. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to get tight on my chest. So every time I do something cool, you guys, but you ain't tight. But actually, I'm pretty tight. Long story short, I was like 90 pounds. It hurt like a mofo because it was all bone. And then we never said that joke again. Not once. Not once.
Yeah. Tight. She's tight. I was hoping it was going to say no regrets, but tight is fine. Yeah.
So like that's my cousin actually. You know.
So is there any ink on you, Adam?
Yeah, I got quite a few tattoos. If I had the money, I'd probably be covered in them actually. But I'm one of those dudes. I like to get tattoos for a certain time and place in my life, or you know, it's a bit of a story on it. So yeah.
Yeah, not to make Chris feel like shit, but each of my tattoos has a meaning, a purpose. It commemorates a specific point in my life. There's been I actually have this thing where a tattoo gets drawn out, put in a drawer, and every 6 months it gets pulled out, and I go,
"That's fun."
I'm not joking, and I'm literally like, "Do I still want that? If I still want it, then I'll get it. But if I don't want it, if I've decided to change it or anything, then it needs another 6 months of thought." At least that's the theory. Except these were spontaneous. You can't really see them. Yeah, those ones.
Because you're a star.
The back is can't even show it to you right now. It's a full back piece, and the arms. And my first tattoo is a dot on my thigh, and my second tattoo is the astronomical symbol for male on my shoulder. The dot happened about 2 minutes before this one. It was the test run. Well, because it was literally a bottle of ink and a pin. Tap.
Oh, prison style.
Oh, yeah. That's going to work. And then I started doing this, and I started realizing how stupid it is to do your shoulder yourself in a mirror.
It's backwards.
Yeah.
But, so now Legion's tattoo actually says fried rice.
Mayonnaise for life.
But since we're done with tattoo stories, let's go ahead and start doing the giveaway, the X1s, guys. We got a Bunker RDA from Asmodus, courtesy of the awesome owner of Local Vape, Erica. Mm-hmm. Local Vape Shop on Instagram at Local Vape Distro. Hooked us up with a bunch of stuff. So we're going to give this away to you this week. Bunker RDA. I've never used it. I believe somebody in the chat has one I was talking to about. Anyways,
it's a good RDA.
Yeah, Bunker RDA. Go ahead and start typing in the X1s. I did open it when I got it to take a look at it, but everything's brand new. It still has the Asmodus bag with all the goodies in it. Let's see. I'm going to sweat all over it, so you're getting that.
There's all some lovely green O-rings.
Yeah, and there's some included coils. I don't know what they are. It should say it in there maybe. But yeah, and it's also that cool neon rainbowy.
No!
Purple.
Rainbow.
Favorite.
There's a lot of people that like the rainbow. Don't be no hating on the rainbow.
It's a thing. It's a thing. I'll give it. It's like anchovies. You love them or you hate them.
Mm-hmm. No, they're gross.
And there's no middle ground. And rainbow is the same. Like you love rainbow or you hate rainbow. There's not much middle ground there.
Awesome. Yeah.
So you guys make sure you start putting those X1s in there. Otherwise, Adam, I saw you working on the MTL stuff, and then I did see a question in the chat saying about South Australia. Do you think that's eventually going to become a thing that might happen?
Yes. Yes, I'm working on that. The one store that I do supply, I guess they are very much a store to help people get off cigarettes as opposed to we're kind of catering to the hobbyist vapor. I guess that's just the way the market has been for them, and I wholeheartedly support that decision. So I will be looking into that to get them, because I don't want people from South Australia to miss out. Obviously, this is my hometown. That would be stupid. So I will be more news to come. Yeah.
Yeah, so you guys make sure you pay attention to that, and I'm sure that they're going to be amazing. I don't know if you guys have watched the journey. I know a lot of you have been here since the show, Adam. started out with just doing it for himself, and now look at this guy out here creating products for everyone across the world, and they're always great products. I'm always going to S that D.
S that D.
Can I just point out that Shane Beekman understands my pain? Shane Beekman and I are like on the same page with this. Fuck Rainbow.
What? I missed that. I missed it.
He said fuck Rainbow.
Yeah.
Fuck that shit.
Yeah, don't head on the rainbow, man. George D asks, yes, it is Vape 98 that currently has my coils. So yes, they don't have the full menu yet though, because of that situation. So
you and I were talking about something else. News coming up. Are you close to an announcement date for that?
The biggest problem is obviously logistics all over the world is all shades of brown at the moment. So the only reason why they're not available is because I'm waiting on packaging that's coming from China. So the moment that comes in, then I will have some news. But the full menu will be available. So 26s, 28s, 27s. I forgot that number in the middle, and the MTL coil, which I'm extremely excited about. So
I have a feeling there are a number of people that are waiting for that announcement.
I hope so. And again, let's just go on to this. When I was looking into what I like to vape as a MTL coil, it's always so different. And, across devices, MTL, Addies or decks are all so different. Let's be real. I want to be full transparent. It was based off the K-Fun deck. It's definitely a smaller MTL deck. But I'm giving enough leg length in there that if people want to add a wrap for ease of fitting into a wider, posts or wider deck, they certainly can do that without adding too much ohmage. The wraps that I am making them at is where I like the ohmage to be because of the wattage that I'm running them at. There'll be a full show and tell, I guess. That's probably the best way to go about it because I want people to understand what it is, the expression that I wanted to make with these coils. I'm certainly not the first to make this coil, but the reality is it's my happy place for MTL. So yes, I plan to do a full show and tell, I guess. Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah, I'm actually looking forward to those coming out because I got things like this came in, and this is a nice little RTA. It's tiny. It's the Cree from Gas Mods. It's a single coil deck. It's not really. It's a restricted mouth to lung. No, it's a loose mouth to lung, restricted direct lung on that cusp, which to me, from what you've described with your coils, that just sounds like the perfect setup for that. So every now and then I have something come through, and I'm like, I can't put in your coils. They're too big. And to have some Greastones that'll actually fit will just be wonderful.
Just put a single 26 in there. You'll be fine, man. Just jam it in there. Yeah. With 50 milligram. It'd be sweet.
Bumping up against all the sides.
Yeah. Is Chris Vandal is saying, no more X1s, no more.
Yeah, no more X1s. I know you guys are going to take like 10 minutes to catch up because of lag or whatever. But I'll go ahead and toss these in there. But I did hear by accident one of you guys say, Shane, what was it, man? I'm just messed up with caffeine. Never mind.
It's a hell of a drug.
Yeah. What the fuck? It was funny. It was like you said Shane Beekman, but instead it was like Shane Weedman. And I was like, that's Shane now. I heard recently Shane got his, I want to shout out Shane. He's always been a supporter of the show, and I love that guy. He just recently got his marijuana licensing, I guess you'd call it, out there. And so, definitely needed. And I see a couple other people in there that are being a little puff friendly. So yeah, keep that going. Otherwise,
royalties of Shed Time to the Omis crew. Hashtag
yeah,
Shed Time.
Give a shout out to the homies over there on the Omis before us. Make sure you guys go show them love. Also, make sure you guys go check out their Friday show, which is the Green Room, because they're super fun, cool. Me and Legion were on it last week. We had a great time. And they're always just good people, always showing great support. So make sure you guys support the people that support the people that support the people that you support.
Indeed. That's supportception.
Yeah. Support them like a good
power and support the community.
Yeah. So let's go ahead and choose a number between 1 and 1 and 1221. Steve.
$69.
69. I should have known. Shout out KVD TV. They are also on the Omis. He makes some stuff, does some stuff. Go check him out as well on Instagram.
He does liquid and coils. Awesome.
69 is the X1 for Johnny Deathhead from, I believe, The Tick Begins. So, Johnny Deathhead, you have won.
Nice.
What is it? The Bunker RDA. Yeah, I don't even know what it is.
Awesome. Congratulations, Johnny.
Yeah. Johnny, I don't know if you're on Instagram. If you are, the Amigos & Co. Instagram page, please get on there and shoot me your name and your address, and I'll get that shipped out sometime this week, maybe next week. You can ask, what was his name? I think he's in here somewhere. Charles, he won, and it took me like 2 weeks to ship it out. Sometimes I'm just real lethargic, or sometimes, public's crazy. But it will get to you within a month.
Yeah, shipping's
Sometimes you're just too stoned to leave the house.
No, shipping's all messed up. I sent stuff express, and it's taking like 3 weeks. So it's yeah.
I sent out the. Sorry, go ahead.
I've got mail that was sent last week that arrived, and I've got mail that was sent 2 weeks ago that is coming this week, and then I've got mail that was sent a month and a half ago that I have no idea where it is. It could be here like any day, or it could just be gone. Who knows?
Yeah.
Yeah, mail is just a mess right now.
I think Charles was asking, has anyone got any vape mail coming? I have some packages coming, but I'm not expecting them until at least July.
That early? Ooh.
Yeah.
Don't hold your breath, buddy.
I got it expressed.
Speaking of that, if you guys are on Facebook, I've been bamboozled. So you guys, I'm sure you've seen the ads for those little cool corner lights that have the 5,000 colors or whatever LED stuff. So I bought that thinking, it's a legit business. It's on Facebook. But for some reason, I used PayPal, and that should have been the first flag. But you know what? I said run it. So now I'm 4 months late on this package. I paid $70 for it. It's never going to come. So be careful when you guys are buying stuff. Make sure it's reputable places. But yeah, unless the shipping's been that bad.
Yeah.
But shipping's been kind of crazy. It's a little bit more expensive. Like last week, I sent out the RDA or the RTA for Charles, and then I also sent out the face mask. I forgot who won that. I'm sorry. Oh, it was an Odyssey, and I went to the post office. Man, it was a 4-mile line with social distancing out the thing, so I had to go to UPS and send it out. Normally, it's not too bad, but they're also price gouging right now. So make sure you guys are paying attention to like what options that they're putting on that, because when you go into a place like that, I want to get in and out. I don't like social situations. I didn't pay too much attention and ended up paying an arm and a leg. But it's not a complaint. I'm just saying make sure you guys are paying attention.
Indeed. Well, shall we wrap it up, folks? Thanks everyone for joining in. We're always very, very appreciative to share some family love, vape community, straight up love. Steve, you've got obviously your 14 streams this week and the Aussie Vape Show.
Yeah, my week is pretty much the same as usual. Of course, tomorrow we got the Coffee with Me. On Friday we have Ion Vaping. Come Sunday we have the Aussie Vape Show. Bring all of those back one day if you're in the U.S. because time zones are just fucked. That's just a weird thing. We need to we need universal time, guys. Let's get on that. Other than that, I will be doing some reviews this week, so we'll get back on that normal process. Things are starting to actually hit my shelf, so that will be good. And other than that, not a lot else going on. Thinking about doing a couple extra patron or private streams, but you guys don't care about that shit.
Wait, is that where we get to see the butthole? I might be in for it.
Yeah,
or is that OnlyFans? OnlyFans at legion.onlyfans.com.org/AUS.
Yeah.
Damn.
I'll just leave it at that.
Awesome. Cool. All right. Mr. Chris, you got anything coming up or,
I did take a little break from the Friday shows, but we're bringing them back this week for sure. I'm holding myself to it, so that's unfortunate. I'm going to have to hold myself to accountability. But Friday show will be back with Glenn Hafner, my awesome co-host, is always there with me. But we will also be bringing on my personal friend Cody, which also he used to work out back in the day with us at Local Vape. So, he's been around. He was actually vaping before he worked there, did a lot of cool stuff. And just to bring a little bit of a new panel guest to the show, keep something going, to keep it live, to bounce off each other. But otherwise, if you guys watch that, you'll know it's nowhere as structured as this. And it is more or less fart, butt jokes. And I was in the pool a couple weeks ago and you saw my boobs. So that's what you're going to get.
Yeah, I have that recorded on my phone and I'm going to bring that out at some random time in the future for everybody. Yeah.
So now we know what you use for fat material.
I do. Yep. Yep, I've given myself a backup as well. I've got one on the phone, one on my desktop, and one on my iPad for mobility. Yep.
Yeah.
Awesome.
But other than that, just lots of love, guys. Love you all. Stay out there.
Always love you, every single one of you. And we are so appreciative of the time that you choose. I mean, this is your time. You can do so many things with it. You could do laundry, you could clean your house, you could cut your toenails, you could go grocery shopping, you could stand in the line at the post office. But you choose to spend this quality time with us, and we do seriously and honestly appreciate it. But with that said, I have to pee like a motherfucker, so we need to end this stream.
Yep, we can end it. Thanks very much, everybody. See you next week. See you next week. Yeah.